Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to tackle a skill that is an absolute game changer for your money: mastering your checking account. Seriously, think of it as your financial home base. Nailing this is without a doubt the first big step to feeling in control of your money, and I'm going to show you just how easy it can be. So, picture this. You did it. You got your first job, you put in the hours, and bam, that first paycheck is in your hands. It feels awesome, right? But then this big question hits you. Now what? What is the smartest thing to do with this money? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. So here's our game plan. We'll start with that first paycheck idea and talk about your financial home base. Then I'll show you exactly how to track your money. We'll do some practice together, then you'll try it yourself. And at the end, we'll talk about why all this really matters for your future. Okay, let's dive in. To handle that paycheck, you need that financial home base we talked about. And for pretty much everyone, that's a checking account. So, what even is a checking account? Well, the simplest way to think about it is this. It's a safe spot to park your money, but it's designed so you can get to that money super easily. You know, for paying bills, using a debit card, buying stuff online. It's like your financial command center where all the action happens. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Wait, I have a banking app on my phone. Can't I just look at that? And I hear this all the time. It seems so easy, right? But here's the thing. There's a pretty big catch. Here's the deal. Your banking app? Well, it lies to you sometimes. Not on purpose, but it can be slow. When you go buy a coffee, that transaction is pending for a little while, so the app might still show the money in your account, making you think you have more than you really do. And that is how people accidentally spend money they don't have and get hit with overdraft fees. Ouch. Keeping your own record is the only way to know your true, right this second balance. So, how do we keep that true record? It's actually pretty simple. We use something called a check register. Now, don't let the name fool you. Just think of it as the real story of your money, a story that you write yourself. Let's walk through one together right now. All right, here we go. We're starting out with an opening balance of $213. Then, on January 2nd, we take out $100 in cash. Since that's money out, we subtract it. 213 minus 100 leaves us with 113. The next day, payday! We deposit a paycheck for $421. Money in means we add. So 113 plus 421 gives us a new balance of $534. See? Simple. Moving on. On the 4th, there's a car payment for $319. Again, a payment is money going out, so what do? We subtract. 534 minus 319, and that leaves us with $215. And on January 10th, look at that, another paycheck for $421. Remember, paychecks are deposits, so that's money in. We're always going to add those. Our last balance was $215, so we add $421, and boom, our new balance is $636. Now, sometimes you'll have a bunch of things happen on the same day. No big deal. We just take them one at a time. So on the 11th, we spend $127.13 on food. We subtract that, bringing us down to $587.87. Then, same day, we pay the electric bill for $119. So from that new balance, we subtract again, and we're left with $389.87. And for our last move in this example, on January 12th, we fill up the tank for $57.02. We subtract that final payment, and our real, true, up to the second balance is $332.85. That's it. It really just comes down to adding and subtracting. Okay, you just saw how I do it. Now it's our turn. We're going to do one together. This is where you get to jump in and try it out with a little backup. You ready? So here's a new register. We're starting with $120. Then on February 1st, you get $50 as a birthday gift. Nice. Is that money in or out? It's money in, so we add it. 120 plus 50 gets us a new balance of 170. Easy enough, right? All right, now it's your turn to take the wheel. On February 3rd, you buy a new game that costs $45.50. So first question, is that money coming in or going out? And second, what's the new balance? Go ahead and pause right here, do that quick bit of math, and hit play when you've got your answer. Okay, you got it. Let's check it. Buying something is definitely money out, so we subtract. $170 minus $45.50 gives us $124.50. If that's what you got, awesome job, you're totally getting this. You've seen me do it, we've done one together. I think you're ready to fly solo. You have all the tools you need to crush this next one all on your own. All right, here's your mission. You're starting with a balance of $358.79. Your job is to work your way through these 5 transactions line by line and figure out the final balance at the very end. And hey, here's a quick hint before you start. For every single line, just ask yourself one question. Is this money coming in or money going out? Is it an add or a subtract? Take your time, work down the list, and you'll get there. You've got this. All right, let's zoom out for a minute. We've been doing some pretty simple math here, but let's talk about why this skill is like unbelievably important for your actual life. So, if there's only a few things you remember today, let it be these. First, your register is your true story about your money. The rules are so simple. Add the money in, subtract the money out. That's it. Doing this one little thing shows you your true balance, and that knowledge is what helps you steer clear of those painful fees. And honestly, this isn't just about avoiding fees. Think of it like building a house. This skill, knowing exactly what's up with your money, is the foundation. You can't build a good budget if you don't really know where your money is going. You can't save for something big like a car without knowing what you actually have. This is the starting line. I'm going to leave you with this final thought. It's one thing to go out and earn money. That's great. But the real art, the real skill, is learning how to manage it and keep it working for you. By mastering your checking account, you're not just doing math problems, you're learning the art of keeping what you earn. And trust me, that's a skill that will pay you back for the rest of your life. You can do this.